President Capuano, faculty, officers of the university, guests and candidates, to open these 11th annual commencement ceremonies, please let us join in the singing of our national anthems and the invocation of our First Nations representatives.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons' command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Oh, see slicker. You went style namet kun si te bi se keepet na kwel. Namet kwa kun si tetel. Squamet homish. Maskimog. De neer kwalp te. Feit den sweat schat sten. Die maat style namet kun si te bi tetel. It is all squamet at na kwel. Te na kwel you went squel. Ye atwa. Ni tap le quint tat, ten swatens, jais going to eat mish. First, I'm going to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here today on this beautiful day, your first day moving forward in life. Welcome to the land of the first people, Squamish Nation. Welcome to the bed, our bedding. Today, I say thank you for each and every one of you, near and far, welcoming you to this beautiful land. Today, you open your mind with goodness. You let all that good things come into your mind. Open your emotion. Welcome that goodness into your emotion. And the best part about it, it's your first day of walking in the life where they say you got your education. Open your mind, look at each other. Give gratitude to the day. Give gratitude to the day because the day is our teacher. The day when the sun comes up, our elders used to have beautiful long houses here, and school started when the sun came up, and schools finished when the sun went down. And today, you have the open mind and open heart, what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. Great gratitude from the youngest to the oldest that's been grasping the goodness of life. And that goodness of life is to walk very careful and be strong. Take care of where you come from. Remember your parents and grandparents, where they came from. And that is the great respect in how you walk in life and how you take care of this whole well-being. When you take care of this well-being, and your children that are coming in this world will be great children. You make your mind strong. You carry your well-being in a good, orderly fashion, respectable fashion. And I'm going to ask the men to really, really respect the ladies, and the ladies really respect each other. With great gratitude, congratulations to each and every one. And I ask you to have that goodness in your mind and your heart so this whole well-being will be well taken care of. All my relations.
My English name is Darren Yelton. My ancestral name through the Squamish Nation is Knuckleton. I'm a master carver in the Squamish Nation. I enjoy what I do in keeping the accent of native culture alive, and I do that through my totem poles and my woodwork. As an artist, this work was passed down through my father and many village elders in the Squamish Nation. I'd like to thank all the students in Fairleigh Dickinson for all their accomplishments this year on making it this far in your life and graduating for yourselves, for your parents, for your grandparents. Graduating is a number one thing in life today. You always need an education to get where you want to be. And I thank each and every one of you students for accomplishing it this year, on making it this far and finishing your schooling year. As an artist, I enjoy doing what I do. On the right side of me here is called a talking stick. In our traditional ways, we hold the talking stick at ceremonies and different events. And when that one person is holding the talking stick, everybody in the audience has to hush and listen to that one person speak as he holds the talking stick, because the talking stick gives him wisdom to speak and speak out in a good way to each and every one out in the audience. I'm going to explain the talking stick to you. This is old growth cedar. This tree here was probably about 10,000 years old that I carved this cedar talking stick from. The figures on the talking stick have a meaning also. At the top is a bald eagle. In our traditional ways, the bald eagle is a symbol of power and prestige, and also peace and friendship. Below the talking stick is a kayachtin. And kayachtin means I reach my arms out to you and I welcome you to the sacred area of Stanley Park. The talking stick, the welcome figure we do on most of our figures, on most of our poles. It's to show all people that we're a peaceful nation and we welcome all who enters into our territory. And that is the kayachtin, the welcome man. Below the welcome man is the grizzly bear. When we sit in our village, in our homes, and if we have a grizzly bear wander through our village, he's only coming through our village for one reason, and that reason is to pass down strength to our people in our village. So we greet that grizzly bear in open arms and have total respect for him. And below the grizzly bear is the killer whale. The killer whale is the protector and the guardian of the sea. So we highly respect the killer whale also for the works that it does in the oceans and the seas for us, and protecting and guarding the ocean for us. And below the killer whale is a salmon. The salmon is a cycle of life. A lot of people don't know that the salmon goes through 7 cycles of its life to get where it wants to be, from an egg to a mature salmon. So it goes through 7 different cycles. So that's why the salmon's a cycle of life. I enjoy doing these ceremonies for Fairleigh Dickinson. I thank you, students. I thank the teachers for their accomplishments. And may this carry on. Aichka.
In the tradition of the Academy and as president of Fairleigh Dickinson University, I officially convene this 11th annual commencement ceremony for Fairleigh Dickinson University's Vancouver campus. Welcome to this virtual ceremony, which includes members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished guests, faculty, and all of you, graduates, friends, and family. I wish we all could be together for this special occasion, but the pandemic remains a threat to the health and safety of our community members, and so we are here today in spirit, but not in person. You have sacrificed much to get here today, and you have kept your focus and commitment during a very challenging time. That makes your accomplishment even greater, and so we are very excited to award your degrees today. You have learned that with determination, you can accomplish anything. And I know you will continue to make your families and friends and your university very proud. At this time, I would like to introduce our Master of Ceremonies in Vancouver Campus Executive, Dr. Wilfred Zerbe.
Welcome, everyone. As Campus Executive for FDU Vancouver, I would like to join President Capuano in welcoming you to our 11th annual commencement ceremony. I wish, first of all, to add my personal thanks to Elders Jean Harry and Darren Yelton for their generous contribution to our ceremony today. FDU Vancouver campus acknowledges that the land on which we gather is the unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, including the territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. To you, FDU Vancouver graduates, I would like to say a few words about this day and what we are honoring today, one of the most important days in the life of a university, a day that has many names, a day where we celebrate your graduation, your commencement, your convocation. Today is graduation day because it is a day of separation between your past as a student and your future as having completed your degree program. Many universities refer to today as convocation because we come together to share in this event, to recognize your hard work, your achievement, the support and camaraderie of your friends and classmates, the support of partners and parents and relatives and of faculty and staff, all of whom played a part in helping you to arrive here today. And at FDU, we recognize it as commencement because it is a day in which things start anew as you begin a new stage of your life when you embark on the next phase of your personal and professional transformation as a person, as a member of a community, and as a leader. It is a day of looking back to where you have come from and a day of looking forward to where you have yet to go. And this year, commencement is different from all others. This commencement is virtual because we are keeping our distance. And so we are keeping each other safe as the COVID-19 pandemic continues to affect our lives. Over the past year, we have adapted. We have changed how we teach. You have changed how you learn and how you interact with your classmates. Much has been different. And I want to congratulate and thank you for your commitment to keeping each other safe. We have had no significant COVID transmissions within our student body. This year is also different because you, as FDU Vancouver graduates, will be entering a changed world. Over the past year, in addition to the pandemic, the world has experienced significant political and social upheaval. It is not the same world as when you began your studies. And so you have a special role to play in that new world. Today, our graduating class includes students from 5 degree programs: the Bachelor of Science for Information Technology, the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, the Bachelor of Arts in Individualized Studies, the Master of Administrative Science, and the Master of Science in Hospitality Management Studies. And just as this day is a new beginning for you, I want to acknowledge new beginnings for FDU Vancouver. Beginning this fall, we will be enrolling students in our new Master of Science in Applied Computer Science program. And as we welcome students back onto campus as COVID restrictions are lifted, we will be welcoming them to our new location on the 11th floor of 89 West Georgia, where new classrooms, computer labs, offices, and student learning spaces are ready and waiting. As I close, I want to acknowledge all those who helped you get to where you are today. Besides your hard work and commitment, many staff supported you during your studies and made FDU Vancouver the supportive, student-centered environment that it is. Our faculty have worked hard to ensure that you are well prepared for the journey you are beginning. And you were supported by your families and friends. As you remember this day, remember those who helped you get here. You are members of an august group of high achievers and of a community that extends well beyond the borders of Vancouver, British Columbia, and Canada. I encourage you to take advantage of your place as an alumnus of FDU Vancouver and your membership in that network. Participate in our Alumni Association, benefit from the professional development and networking opportunities it represents, and stay connected. To the students of FDU Vancouver that we recognize today, this is a day of celebration. It is a day to recognize your achievements, the support of the community that helped you here, and most importantly, is a day where you formally become graduates of FDU. It is a day to say well done, it is a day to say thank you, and is a day to say where to next. My personal congratulations to each of you. Each year, the Student Pinnacle Award is given to an outstanding student on each FDU campus who has demonstrated academic excellence, who has made significant contributions through public service and outstanding commitment to the university, and whose efforts reflect the unique character of Fairleigh Dickinson University. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the 2020 commencement ceremony was canceled. As the Vancouver campus executive, it gives me great pleasure to announce the 2020 and 2021 recipients of the Vancouver Campus Student Pinnacle Award, Queen Hong Ma and Chess Anthony Plaras. Please take a moment to read about their achievements of these outstanding students, which are cited in the program, which you can find on the FDU website. In recognition of their many accomplishments and in admiration of their remarkable talents, FDU University is proud to confer on Queen Hong Ma and Chess Anthony Plaras the Student Pinnacle Award.
I would like to congratulate everyone for completing your degree and moving on to the next stage of your life. I'm honored to be the recipient of the Pinnacle Award for the year of 2020. I joined FDU in 2016 when I just came to Canada as an international student. With no family and friends here, FDU became my second home. Therefore, for me personally, this award represents all the wonderful memories that I had at FDU. In my opinion, FDU is an institution that brings out the best in us. It builds personality, integrity, intuition, and leadership. I am truly thankful to all the faculty and staff members at FDU, especially Willie, Gudrun, Jobing, and Arlette. Willie was my advisor and the previous associate director of the School of Hospitality and Tourism. Although he is no longer working with FDU, but he has always been an inspirational professor, advisor, and mentor. And I believe all the hospitality students appreciate his legacy to the FDU hospitality program. Gudrun is the director of the Global Scholars Program, and she has the most caring and loving soul for all humans and animals alike. She is always a reminder that we need to remain humble and respectful to the nature and mindful to the underprivileged people. I would like to also thank Jobing and Arlette for always relentlessly advocate and support student success, and for sharing the Triple Cream Salmon Bagels and Secret Burger Club in New York with us, the FDU Model United Nations team members. I appreciate all the seminars, presentations, workshops, club activities, job fairs, and many other opportunities of personal and professional growth that are provided to us at FDU. I also appreciate the free food in the student lounge, the festive decorations in holidays, the greetings from our security guard, Miss Jimmy, and the receptionist at the front, the birthday parties in the staff lounge, and all the other little things that make the campus feel more like a home. And finally, I would like to express my gratitude for being invited here with an opportunity to stay connected with the faculty, staff, students, and alumni at FDU. When we are still in the middle of a pandemic, with the isolation, the travel bans, and the turmoil of uncertainties ahead, it is more so than ever that we need to stay connected and remain optimistic. I wish everyone could stay healthy and safe. Thank you.
To the President, University Provost, Campus Executive, distinguished faculty, guests, fellow graduates, family and friends, greetings of peace and joy. Today, we rejoice as the 2021 graduates fulfill a symbolic milestone in their lives. The past year has been especially tough, and the pandemic has taken its toll on all of us. Thus, this festive occasion is of key importance, a beacon of hope amidst the chaos. We labored through years of studies and finally surfaced as victors. This day is a vivid attestation that diligence and steadfast faith in our craft truly pays off. For that, we all deserve a triumphant applause. When we decided to join FDU, we became part of the university's family. We shared unforgettable experiences, from lectures and classes to barbecues, student events, cultural celebrations, and don't forget the free food in the student lounge, saving us some cash. We also did volunteer work, conferences, seminars, and talks which honed our talents and skills and paved way for us to build networks with the people we now call friends. My most significant experiences in my 3 years at FDU were definitely the Model UN conferences here in Vancouver and in New York City. It was a great honor to represent our university at these prestigious events. However, we did not accomplish our studies all by ourselves. We owe a ton of gratitude to everyone who was there for us, helping to metamorphose our dreams into reality. At this moment, I would like to take the opportunity to pay homage to the people who stood by my side in my journey to summa cum laude. To my dearest family, my mom, dad, and sister, my fortress and stronghold since day one. To my relatives and friends back home in the Philippines, who always believed in me. To my instructors, colleagues, and peers here in Canada, especially in FDU, who had undying faith in my potential. And most importantly, to the Almighty God, without whom none of these would be even remotely possible. With all my heart, thank you very much. My fellow graduates, life continues as a long journey, which will be arduous, to say the least. We have more battles to win and obstacles to trample. Therefore, we must remember to be resilient as we pursue our aspirations. In this voyage, we will feel powerless at times, but we must remember that even the smallest strides make up the biggest of dreams. I firmly believe that we are all capable of making a difference to the lives of others and to the world. Our ancestors have rooted for us, and we finally made it to the point where we hold the key to a brighter tomorrow, not only for us, but for our posterity as well. Finally, as we leave FDU Vancouver, our beloved alma mater, may we hold dear in our hearts not only the education, but also the values that we gathered along the way. I know that these times are very uncertain for everyone, and it can be especially scary and challenging for us who are about to enter the workforce. But the experience and virtues that FDU shared with us will help illumine the paths we tread and guide us to make the right decisions in life as we commit to becoming upright citizens of the world. I sincerely wish all the graduates a purposeful life filled with gratitude, happiness, and love. I am Ces Anthony Torillo Plaras, your 2021 Pinnacle Awardee. Thank you, and may God bless us all.
And now it's time to recognize the graduates, the 11th graduating class of this wonderful campus in Vancouver, British Columbia. Will all the candidates of the following degrees please rise and remain standing? The Master of Administrative Science, Master of Science in Hospitality and Management Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Individualized Studies, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, and the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. Mr. President, I present to you the names of the candidates for these degrees. These candidates have fulfilled all of the requirements for their respective degrees, and on behalf of the faculty, I recommend that they be admitted to these degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees of Fairleigh Dickinson University, and by them delegated to me, I confer upon the candidates presented the degrees indicated, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Graduates, please indicate your new status by transferring your mortarboard tassel from right to left. We welcome you to the company of scholars. Graduates, today would not be possible without the support and encouragement of your family and friends. It is your parents, wives, husbands, and children. It is your friends, both inside and outside the university, including FDU's dedicated staff, who are always there to provide assistance in your quest for your degree. We thank all of you who have nurtured the potential and perseverance of these exceptional individuals. To all the parents, spouses, children, relative friends, and staff members who have encouraged and helped these graduates and are watching this virtual commencement today, thank you.
Congratulations to all of our graduates. In the years ahead, when you think of the influence on your life, you will see the faces and hear the voices of many of your professors. They have sought to reach you, to challenge you, and they may even have provoked you at times, but all in an effort to help you seize tomorrow's possibilities. They have planted the seeds of inspiration that have only just begun to take root here and will continue to grow and nurture you in both your professional and in your personal lives. Remember the lessons taught to you by your professors, especially the quest for excellence in all that you do. Please take the time to thank them for the role that they have played in the process that has gotten you here. It is now time for the graduates receiving the Master of Administrative Science degree to be recognized and to be acknowledged for their achievements. Graduates receiving the Master of Science in Hospitality Management Studies degree. Graduates receiving the Bachelor of Arts degree in Individualized Studies. graduates receiving the Bachelor of Science degree in Information Technology. Graduates receiving the Bachelor of Science degree in Business Administration.
I would now like to introduce our 2020 and 2021 graduate student representatives, Paramith Rudrappa and Michelle Leonardo. They are both graduating students from the Masters of Administrative Science program and have been given the opportunity to address their classmates today. I invite you to read about Paramith and Michelle and their academic achievements in our commencement program, which you can find on our website.
Good morning, and thank you, FDU President Dr. Christopher Capuano, Vancouver Campus Executive Dr. Wilfred Zerby, distinguished faculty, staff, parents, and fellow graduates. I'm extremely honored to be speaking here on behalf of all graduating students and alumni from the previous year. I thank the entire FDU community for bestowing me with this prestigious honor. The Earth is roughly 4 billion years old, and we happen to be here at this moment. The universe came into existence when we opened our eyes and will perish when we close. Just like in dreams, we come here without any memories and leave rich of it. The Earth is abundant with flora and fauna. The Earth breathes in tides and weathers. The Earth is drenched with playfulness of the clouds, and the Earth has given us the gift of getting delighted by learning. The ability to learn colors the lifeless corners of our mind and tickles every root of our spine. Back then, learning consolidated conflicting tribes. Learning kept us entertained. Learning inspired us. It inspired us to yearn for things that mystified us. It inspired us to farm, to hunt, and to create. Learning helped to create cave paintings. It was through those paintings they recorded their victories. Today, we gather here to record our victories through here on YouTube. We have come a long way from cave paintings to digital screens. What an incredible the 2 years at FDU has been. And even more fascinating is how much richer we are with friends from many different cultures, each bringing their best to this collective community, sharing the same classroom and breaking the same bread, or in our case, it is naan, pita, or tortillas. However, for the past 1 year, we were forced to stop breaking breads because of a surprise pandemic, and instead tested how quickly we adapted to defeating an invisible enemy. From attending classes virtually to having difficulty choosing the right Zoom background, we did it all. We had our adult lives transformed into what we imagined as kids, to attend classes with pajamas and switch weekdays with weekends. We will for sure go down in history as the coolest students to graduate in pajamas. When the school announced that campus would be closed, the ones most disappointed were the student mothers. Coming to FDU campus had become their break time from babysitting duties, and now they were locked back in hell. And the happiest ones were us single folks. We had to just attend classes straight out of our waking beds and make sure our cameras were turned off. I will leave the rest to imagination. Whether it was long quarantines over the last year or braving uncertainty as a frontline worker, conducting meetings over Zoom, creating a vaccine in a record time, fighting for equity, we adapted to thrive in one of the worst times in modern history of humankind. We, each one of us, owe it to the efforts of the healthcare, food, technology, industries, and all concerned governments and institutions for making sure of our safety. We also remember the ones we lost over the past year. You might be wondering who the busiest person at the end of every semester would be. It is not any instructors grading our colorful exams. It is Fernanda, our on-campus immigration professional, whom we all owe for patiently guiding us with immigration workshops. Speaking of immigration, isn't Canada a truly magnificent place to be? You go to any corner, you're welcomed with a smile, regardless of your identity. And there is no denying that Vancouver is the best city in the world by all definitions. We are hugged by snow-capped mountains, splashed around with crystal turquoise lakes, beaches painted with golden sunsets, parks wrapped with fleecing cherry blossom trees, the warmth of the Canadian people, cities adorned with indigenous communities' artworks, and of course, Tim Hortons. Vancouver is an entire package of blessings, and living here is a wonderful tribute to all our ancestors who strive to make future generations live a beautiful life. Teachers are our second parents. We spend more time with them than our parents during our academic life. Thank you, dear faculty members, for enriching our minds with your wisdom, knowledge, and guidance. Thank you, staff members, for being there for every anxious concern. And thank you to the housekeeping professionals who always kept the campus clean and safe for us. We offer our sincere gratitude to our parents and families for tolerating us all these years and still hoping the best for us. We thank you for teaching us to tie our shoelaces, waiting outside our schools to buy us ice cream, waking up before us daily to prepare breakfast, putting on your best flamboyant dresses to embarrass us in public, having our backs whenever we got bullied, pretending to be innocent whenever we lied, and always spoiling us with the shiniest gifts. I dedicate this speech to all the parents who sacrificed so much to witness this day. to see us be amazing at what we do. This day is to you, dear parents, grandparents, and to prosperous future generations. Finally, in the words of Snoop Dogg, I want to thank me. I want to thank me for putting in all the efforts. I want to thank me for never giving up. I want to thank me for surviving depression through all the years. I want to thank me for asking questions. And I want to thank me for seeking truth. Gamsahamnida, arigato gozaimasu, shukran, mamnoon, gracias, shishi, obrigada, mercy, nakur meek, nandi, namaskara, and thank you.
To the University President, Dr. Christopher Capuano, the University Provost, Dr. Jillian Small, and the Vancouver Campus Executive, Dr. Wilfred Zerby, to the university faculty and staff, graduating students, family, friends, wherever you are watching from right now, I, Michelle Erica Leonardo from the Master of Administrative Science, specializing in Global Leadership and Administration program, and this year's Master Student Representative, would like to welcome you to the virtual graduation of Fairleigh Dickinson University 2021. Thank you for joining us in celebrating the achievements that we all have worked so hard for. Most of us, if not all, came to Fairleigh Dickinson University, Vancouver to further our education in our own fields and to build a better future for ourselves and our community. None of us, however, would have expected to have experienced and learned so much more than we have in light of what we have been through in the past year. We can all gather, albeit virtually, and discuss the pandemic and how we were badly affected by it. Instead, I would rather talk about how we, as a community, responded admirably to a situation none of us would have expected to be in. Pre-pandemic, some of us were fortunate enough to be on campus and be a part of a very diverse yet close community that grew based on similarities while celebrating its differences. I joined FDU in the fall of 2019. I was having the greatest time, as I am sure you all had as well. We were meeting new people, attending classes, hanging out in the student lounge, joining organizations, attending school activities inside and outside the campus, and even doing some sightseeing with classmates around Vancouver. I was midway through my second semester when the lockdown was implemented and classes were converted to online learning. I was disappointed, like many, because I was kept away from the university, the place where I found friends and support as a newcomer to Canada. Online learning would only isolate me from the comfort of Fairleigh Dickinson University since it had become a training wheel for my journey here. It was difficult at first, but the way the university, the students, and the rest of the community adapted to the circumstances was something of note. If anything, it taught me that we are stronger together even if we are physically apart. The physicality of structures, systems, gestures, relationships, and communication may have been lost, for the time being hopefully, but the meaning and significance of it remains, despite being presented to us in a modified and virtual way. The diverse community of Fairleigh Dickinson University, Vancouver started small, but it continues to grow, and now that we are graduating, we are forever a part of it. I am grateful for the opportunities that came my way, the lessons I have learned, and most importantly, the people I have met and have become friends with along the way. As our time with FDU Vancouver comes to an end, I sincerely hope that how we strived and aspired for our goals as students, we do so as well in our future endeavors, in relationships, in careers, and in communities we will belong in. Whether in the rooms on campus or on the back-to-back Zoom meetings, the lessons we learned, such as leadership, management, communication, planning, and decision-making, were important and vital. What made our education more impactful was that we had to apply these lessons as we were learning them. The situation we encountered was new, unfamiliar, scary, and admittedly frustrating most times. Amidst it all, we learned firsthand patience, resilience, leadership, and adaptability, to name a few, and we are better for it. As we look towards our goals for the future and where we want to be after graduation, Let us keep these lessons we learned and use them as we venture out of the university. Completing a master's degree in the midst of a pandemic is no small feat. So congratulations, fellow graduates. Good luck. And remember, this is not the end, but the beginning of our journey, unique to each one of us, equally challenging as it is fulfilling.
I would like to introduce our 2021 alumni speaker, Surab Agarwal. Surab graduated from our Master of Administrative Science in Computer Forensic Administration in 2019. He is back to welcome you to our proud FDU alumni community.
President Dr. Christopher Capuano, University Provost Dr. Gillian Small, Vancouver Campus Executive Dr. Wilfred Zerbe, faculty, graduating students, family and friends. My name is Saurabh Agarwal. I'm FDU alumni and a first-year doctorate student and an educator. I'm honored to be with you today at this virtual commencement ceremony from one of Canada's finest research-focused universities. Even though we are locked down, our dreams, our hopes, sacrifices, and memories are genuine, and our experiences throughout the past few years have helped us to achieve this accomplishment. Today might be your last day as a student, but your learning journey has only begun. Therefore, I want to share with you 3 powerful lessons I have learned from my professional life. The first most powerful lesson is your thoughts become things. So as I had mentioned, I always had a dream to pursue my higher education abroad. I still remember the year I completed my undergraduate when someone introduced me to the book called The Secret. That book just changed my life. One of the most beautiful quotes in that book is, what you think about consistently will eventually become your reality. So it is so important to be aware of our thoughts. I started working on my goals and made both short-term and long-term plans. The ideas and motivation behind the plans controlled my thoughts and kept me focused. As a result, I started doing meditation and exercise. In 2017, my ideas turned to reality when I was accepted at Fairleigh Dickinson University, Vancouver campus for the master's degree. That was precisely the mirror image of what I read in the book. Please work on your plans and set your life goals, at least for the next 5 years. The second most important lesson is deal with change. When I arrived at YVR International Airport, I had no idea where this FDU Vancouver journey would take me. I motivated myself to deal with all cultural and professional transitions from my home country to Canada. I was determined to be the driver of my life, and I'm proud to say that I sailed the boat safely so far. My gratitude goes to FDU Vancouver and the mentors of all the support and resources in this meaningful journey. The next challenge was managing work and family during COVID. When my company asked everyone to work from home, initially, it was hard to manage this transition, but again, thanks to everyone who helped me remain motivated in this most significant transition period. My advice to everyone is to change with time without changing your short-term and long-term goals. The third most important lesson is be happy. I remember the story of 3 kids. These kids were happy with having balloons for different purposes. The first kid was delighted to buy the balloon, the second kid was glad to sell the balloon, and the third kid was happy to burst the balloon. This analogy can be applied to life as well, because happiness resides in almost everything. The only thing that makes it different is the perception. Now you are graduating and about to start your corporate life. Begin by observing your surroundings and finding happiness in everything. In this way, we create positivity, which in turn will increase our productivity and efficiency. Thank you.
On this day, the 6th of May in the year 2021, Fairleigh Dickinson University has officially conferred degrees on these graduates. Graduates, go forward with courage and grace, fortiter et suaviter, carrying with you the traditions, strengths, and dreams of this great university. On behalf of the university, its trustees, and the faculty, I declare the 11th annual commencement ceremony of the Vancouver campus of Fairleigh Dickinson University is now concluded. My warm congratulations to each of the graduates and their families.
Siam Slolam Tiniakas Kohomish Kumnik and Sally, greeting of the day.
Oh